Hi, again Friday. So, sitting on the bed, the pillows are back there. That's Aaron's bear. My bottles are right over there. Sorry, I'm like, wait, can't see what my hand over there. So, today's video is basically almost a full digestion of Tuesday. Calming down and assessing, especially when I get into a panic mode. Not panic mode, but I start getting into a defensive mode. I start analyzing the situation. And as I've seen all the various things that have happened where, children, kids, 7th graders are going into middle schools and they're seeing, you know, black dolls that are being hung from lockers and, anarchy signs written all over with white power inside. Like, these are 7th graders. What are you doing? Why are you... Because they got empowered. I don't fear Trump. I fear the people he's empowered. The people that voted because they fear. They fear difference. Or whatever you voted for, whoever you voted for. I pretty much guarantee you voted out of fear. You voted against Trump because you feared the racism and the sexism. You voted against Hillary because you feared the war hawk and the establishment. You voted for Jill Stein or Gary Johnson because you didn't want, because you feared the electoral process. Because a protest vote, because you feared both of the other candidates. People vote out of fear. And to me, that's how Donald Trump won, is he basically kept talking about people's fear. And whether I have a family member or teammates who voted for Trump, it worries me that they were able to put the idea of Trump rallies behind them. Whether Trump himself actually believes all that stuff that he trumped up in his rallies, I don't know. I don't think we'll really ever know, because it's really hard to get inside someone's head, because as a politician can do, they can lie constantly. At least we can all agree on that one. Whether it's Hillary or Trump, they're probably lying constantly. And so, I don't know how to look at people that voted for Trump and be like, if they're like, well, I voted for him because he's a real person. He says what's on his mind. Okay, what about the rest of it? Well, he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it, but what about his rallies? The fact that in our country over the last couple days, not only have we seen protests that have turned to riots, Portland, the fact that the Associated Press said Oregon, Portland, is the epicenter of Trump protests, like, that means it got bad. When the Associated Press and BBC is saying, oh my God, look at these protests in Portland, that's bad. So I'm coming to you from Rebel headquarters. Rebel 1, Rebel 2, whatever we want to call it. I mean, I'm in Beaverton technically, but you understand cluster cities. I've talked about it before. So, I don't know how to deal with people. And part of this is just me trying to get all this stuff out. To get the idea that, I may have, viewers that agree with the deplorables, or they just sort of like, yeah, well, that's not me. I'm still going to vote the way I want to. It's sort of like you get a package deal, you don't get the president, it's just, you don't get to pick and choose which parts you get to vote for. I mean, you can. It's a free country, but you have to realize that the other things come with it too. You don't get to vote on X and Y and Z issue, or just X, and think that the rest of the alphabet doesn't exist. Happened with me with Hillary. I mean, was she a criminal? I have no idea. You know, was she part of Watergate? She was also like, you know, like how many people were a part of Watergate? But we, you know, was she there for Benghazi? Well, yeah, you know, I'm sorry. Someone was in charge in the government and something happened bad overseas and she got blamed for it because she had knowledge for it. Well, if you listen to the conspiracy theorists, there's a whole hell of a lot of information that Bush knew what was going on about September 11th and he still had that happen. So, but we're not charging Bush with anything, whatever. You know, people voted out of fear, misinformed fear. It's just, I don't know. I'm trying to get my thoughts out. This is the third time I've started recording this video, just like last week. I was in the hot tub. I honestly recorded, that was my third one, because I'd recorded a humorous one, then I recorded a second semi-humorous one, but it was a more put together thoughts rather than this. And then I started talking on Facebook to someone, and I put off third video, which is about candy and elections. After this, I'm pretty much done talking about elections until anything major happens. But right now is kind of a big thing. But it's like, maybe people can talk in the comments. I mean, I had a comment. We had comments. I need to work on that too. Aaron says it's my channel. Well, I think it's our channel. But two people agree that, you know, this channel is very real. We are keeping it real. We're keeping it 100. That's great. You know, and people are like, you know, one of them said this channel needs to have more subscribers. Well, you know, I'm fucking mortal. You know, I've got shit I gotta do. I have to, you know, do I want this to become a job? It'd be nice. I'm not really doing it to make money, so I'm not really putting in the effort to do it. I don't know that number. Sorry. So, but part of it goes out to the audience. You know, it helps to share. Share the stuff around. If we keep it real here, if we keep it 100, then share the video. Put it on your Facebook. Put it on other social medias. Tweet it. You know, sometimes people have stuff set up so that when they like a video, it gets tweeted also, hey, I like this video. Most people don't. A few people do, and since it tags me at TJ Lasowski from the video, I get a notification that I was tagged in something, and I favorite the tweet. But I don't know. My brain's kind of conjungled, and I just, again, maybe you guys can talk in the comments. How is it that people can get behind, at least in this case, Trump, and sort of say, well, I voted for him because of X, but I'm not a part, like, no. The deplorable parts are there too. How is it that you knowingly went through and said, this doesn't matter, and this, you know, I put out on Facebook, to all the Trump voters, how do you do that? How do you say that your LGBTs, your people of color, your Muslims, your women friends don't matter? And they're like, well, you do. No, I don't. You know, I've got probably family members that voted, and they don't really, they voted out of fear issue and didn't vote for hope, for light, or whatever you want to call it. But now there's a great populace of people that are living in fear. And yeah, I've seen so much racist stuff that's happened, and I've seen so many protests that have happened. Bad protests in Portland. I've seen racist stuff happen all across the country. Kids getting beat up in school, people getting kicked off buses because they're of a certain ethnicity, people standing in line behind like a subway out in somewhere in the breadbasket, the Corn Belt, whatever the middle part of the country is called, and just hearing, you know, it's great, you know, it doesn't really matter who wins. We're gonna have a white person in the... What? You have that's all you cared about, was having a white person? So it's just like, I don't know what to do with the country right now. And I'm honestly sitting here just waiting for something to fall apart. I'm waiting for, you know, the small group of deplorables to go shopping on Black Friday, but with like big old guns. And they're just going to start taking out people of color. Is that extreme? I don't know. Is it extreme? Sounds extreme. Hope fucking God it's extreme that I'm panicking over nothing. But, you know, Black Friday could be terrible. And now that the Republicans think, or the general Republicans think that it's a war on Christmas, but now they have power, what's going to happen? Anytime someone says happy holidays, do I need to stop saying happy holidays and stop being inclusive because I might offend someone? And they'll feel empowered. It's like, no, we're bringing God back into the country. That's that. I know this video is longer than typical, but like I said, this is the third time we're recording it, and I've had to get ideas out. And I've probably missed some ideas because I've already exhausted them before. But that's that. I'm gonna go figure shit out. But this will pretty much be the end of me talking about this sort of level of politics for a while until something big happens. Probably after Thanksgiving. And we'll just see how Black Friday goes.